Hello and welcome to MKExpressions. I'm Sandy Max. Milwaukee is well known for its diverse culture and one of the largest music festivals, Summerfest. The first group we'll see has a long history in the industry. The alternative sound of 1,000 umbrellas is quite unique. This is Where Others Win.
The clouds are gray, my mind's away, I can't disguise. I fell before, I fall again into the wandering winds where others I don't know what I'm doing. I had a thoughts, but I forgot it's not my day. I fell before, I fall again into the wandering winds where others will. It's been a long, long winding direction, I feel incomplete. Oh, the day is drawing near, my sun will shine and the skies will clear. Generation confrontation, sterilize those dirty minds that we created, internalize those many lies that we have stayed to, where others win.
Again, that was Where Others Win by 1,000 Umbrellas. And joining me today from the band are Alan and Brian. Guys, thanks for joining me. And tell us more about 1,000 Umbrellas. How'd the band start?
Oh, it goes way back to, I would say, 91 we first met when we were in another band, Tolstoy's Tricycle, together. And then we kind of parted ways for a while.
But have always been friends.
Yeah, yeah. He was the best man in my wedding and whatnot. And then we kind of started getting things back together mid-zeros. And yeah, no, it doesn't sound right.
The
to
double
say
knots,
that.
yeah.
The double knots. And
here we are.
Was there some musical impetus where you're like, let's have a band, let's call it 1,000 Umbrellas because we want to do this? It was like, what was the spark that got you back together?
Well, the name came after getting back together.
Right.
Getting back together was what we love to do.
Yeah,
play,
exactly.
So.
Yeah, so we had been trying to get as much time in as possible practicing for years, and between family and jobs and kids. We both have families and kids, and we finally got serious about 2010, 2011. We started the album, and we just finished it recently. So.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Music video sounds great. Tell us a little bit about being in a music video. What was that experience like?
Oh, just doing things over and over and over again, pretty much. But you know, just singing along, and it was a lot of fun. We we're supposed to do it in the studio, and they had closed the studio due to the cold weather when we were supposed to shoot it. So we ended up
sub-zero winter here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So last minute we changed it, and we did it at this restaurant, Joey Bueno's. So, you know, it was nice and warm in there. You know, we were talking to some other bands who were shooting outside in some of that weather. So we felt pretty lucky.
We're
that we
quite
were
fortunate.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were inside. So.
Shelter and food all in
Yeah.
the same place.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What's your impression of seeing the video, seeing the finished product?
It looks great. They get so much footage, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I think it's terrific.
Yeah. So they get all this footage and kind of melt it down, you know, into to something solid like that. It looks great. I mean, we just saw it for the first time, so I have to watch it a few more times today.
That's exciting. It's got to be exciting to see yourself represented and in the way that you want to see the music
Oh,
represented.
sure, yeah. Yep.
It's fun.
Who are some of your musical influences?
Well, I have to say XTC is an obvious one to some people, and that's actually where the band name comes from, is XTC's song entitled 1,000 Umbrellas.
Yep.
Great harmonies. They're very Beatles-influenced band, and
Yeah, thank you.
a lot of influences there.
Yeah, the Beatles, I mean, Elvis Costello. I mean, there's a long list. I mean, it's hard to pick. Who else would you say?
A lot of things that we listen to that we like, it comes from all over.
Yeah, it's kind of a melting pot, so to speak.
Well, let me wrap up our chat with asking you what is in store for the rest of the year for 1,000 Umbrellas.
Gigging, you can check our website, www.1000-umbrellas.com, for our upcoming shows. And we're always working on new material, so that's always important to keep that ball rolling. So then we'll have another CD coming out. So.
Well, terrific. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. We will keep our eye looking for you. And this next band opened for the neighborhood at Summerfest this past year and has grabbed the attention of Milwaukee. Shot in an abandoned 120-year-old foundry, this song has an alternative rock sound that will stick with you for the long haul. This is Testify by Icarus Down.
Not
That was Testify by Icarus Down. And with me today is the lead guitarist, Ryan. Thanks for joining me today, sir.
No problem.
Tell us about Icarus Down. Tell us about the band.
Well, we are a local band, alternative rock. We have like folk influences in there, indie vibe. We've been a band since December of 2008, I believe. It started off as a four-piece between the other a piano player named Nick, John, the lead singer, Patrick, the bass player, and Dan, the drummer. And then I joined shortly after, like that, 2009, I believe, in June. And then since then, we've been playing a lot in Milwaukee, been playing a lot in the Midwest. Released, this will be our third record that we just released, and hopefully keep it going.
Now, you are also in another band here locally.
That's correct, yes.
Fever Marlene.
Yep.
And so how do you manage your time in both those bands? Are you a full-time musician?
I try to be as much as I can, but I still got to pay the bills. So I do bartending and I do serving here at the Art Museum in Milwaukee, down at Lakefront. So I do that, and when I'm not doing that, I'm usually spending time with music.
You're either around creativity or
Right.
creating yourself.
Correct, yeah.
And how did you meet the guys from Icarus Down?
I met John at school. I graduated from MMI, Madison Media Institute, and I ran into him at one of the sessions we were doing, and we started talking, and he was in need of a guitar player. And at first I was into this other band called The Last Rhino, and I was unavailable, but then he kind of kept bugging me to do it, and I started listening to the music they were making. I'm like, oh, this would be cool, and I thought I'd be a good fit for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of cool, I should say cold. I saw the
Yeah.
video. Tell me what it was like shooting a music video and some of your memories of that.
It was frigid. It was a really fun experience, great. But yeah, it was really cold. It shot. I didn't even realize it was a 120-year-old foundry, but
Yeah.
yeah, some really cool stuff in there. But it was one of the coldest temperatures thus far in winter.
Oh, so yeah, it certainly captures that
Yeah.
winter 2014 and being able to see your breath as you sing.
Yeah,
and-
so we would like take turns. We'd set everything up, and then everyone would be freezing cold. We'd take turns going back into the U-Haul place and trying to warm up as much as we could. And then when it's somebody's turn to come out, we'd run down to where we were all set up and play as fast as we could, just to like get the good shot. And we had a little whiskey too to help us keep warm.
Oh my God! Well, you know, warm you up on the inside.
Yeah.
Radiate out,
Think
and
it
it
helped.
has to be tough being a guitarist. Get your fingers to move.
Yeah, guitar. All our hands were freezing cold. I remember like one of the last shots. We had individual shots, and I was trying to do the solo, and I couldn't even like mimic the part because it was just so cold.
Well, now that we're out of the sub-zero temperatures, thankfully, what is ahead in 2014 for Icarus Down?
I think we're looking to tour. Right now, the world's open. We're try to take bigger strides to get out of town more, and see where that takes us.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, IcarusDown.com.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
keep an eye on it, and have a great rest of your year. Good luck to the guys.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Glad you're here. Our final music video comes from a well-known ska band. The Invaders have an incredibly fun sound and feel to each of their shows, and their song Vesper keeps the good vibes going. This is Vesper by the Invaders.
Deep in a world of death and lies, my dreams are haunted
evening, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
I might not come back this time. The fate of the world is on the line. Sometimes I wonder if I died, would you know the feelings that I hide? Well, some men want the world to burn, while others want what they think they've earned. But one false move and I'll be dead, but I'd rather be with you instead. Vesper, I'm in love with you. I can't do what you want me to. The world is just too dangerous, and that leaves just no chance for us. So, Vesper, I'm in love with you. Oh, Vesper, I'm in love with you. Vesper, I'm in love with you. Vesper, I'm in love with you.
That was Vesper from the Invaders. And joining me today are three of the members from the Invaders, Beth, Max, and Casey. And thank you guys for being here today.
Thank
No
you for having
problem.
us.
What a fun video. And I have to, confess, I'm a longtime fan of the band. And you were one of my favorite Summerfest discoveries, when you just walk around Summerfest and you hear all the great sounds of music. And there was a white tent where the Potawatomi stage is now, and I just heard this wonderful happy sound and walked into this packed tent, and there were the Invaders just blasting out the ska.
Having fun.
Absolutely. And you guys play Summerfest quite often now.
We've been playing consistently now at Summerfest. Yep.
And what a happy sound.
Yeah.
Who are
And
some
we-
of your influences?
Oh my God. Well, the two-tone era of the late 70s, early 80s, the English beat, the Specials, Madness, Bad Manners. I mean, that's what got me into the music. So that's a huge influence. But I'm a big fan of Oingo Boingo and Danny Elfman. A little bit of that in the mix. Fishbone, some of the other bands from the third wave ska era.
Like some real big Fish, maybe a little Streetlight Manifesto kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
The old and the new?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Try
And
to
how did
blend them
the
together.
band start? Because it's not like just 2 or 3 people. You
The
tend to
history
have
of
a
the
big
band is ancient and shrouded in mystery.
Shrouded.
Yeah,
Can you
goes
let
back a long
a
way.
few secrets out?
Talking
Max?
over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of guys out of high school just forming a party band, and I kept pushing for the ska sound. So by 1989, we were decided to be a ska band, and that's where it started.
You made the right decision.
Yeah, I know. We were the right timing in the 90s to ride that wave when ska was really popular and everybody was being signed. But and we toured a little bit during that time, but we never pushed the button to go out to California and try to get signed. That was a little too scary for us. So
Hey, you got a great following here in Milwaukee, and
yeah,
lots of people who love
Midwest and all over.
you. So, Max, singing. Beth,
Violin.
violin. Casey,
Guitar playing, that's me.
nice, and a little vocalizations as well.
I
like that.
I try to keep my guitar playing to a max and my vocalizations to a minimum. But it comes out. If you listen to our new album that's going to be here, it's you can hear me a little bit on the album, more guitar than vocal, thankfully. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
So you all look like you were having fun in the video. Is this the first time you've ever done a music video?
Yes,
Very
it
first
is.
time.
Really? After
Very
25
first time.
years?
Well, an actual video. I mean, we've been playing live and stuff. My own videos have been made, but not an actual where there's a storyline.
Yeah. So
So-
tell me a little bit about making the video and what your impressions are.
It was a lot different than we expected, I
Yeah,
think.
it was a little insight to movie making. A lot of sit around and wait and get up and do your part over and over, and then go sit down again.
And you looked all dolled up. There's a reason
I
to get
tried to be.
all partied up.
She was
tried to be.
Vesper.
I had to be a character. I got to act a little bit, I guess, and try to act a part. So it was a lot of fun. I thought it was interesting looking at it from behind the scenes, how much time was spent looking at trying to get the lighting right, the shading right, and consistency between scenes, because ours is a pretty detailed storyline, as you just saw.
It was
So
3
it's-
days of
It was a
shooting.
lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, there was some acting involved with Max too. I mean, if you look at the video and he's running around, he doesn't look like he's freezing cold, but I don't think he's ever been more cold in his entire life.
When did you film that back in the sub-zero January
Oh,
temperatures?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
this is
Oh, yeah.
a few weeks back. It was below zero and the wind was blowing in that alley, and it's like, okay, we're gonna shoot it one more time. Okay, I lied. One more time. It's like, I can't feel my toes.
Well, it's a fun video, and it sounds like you've got some more fun things in plan. What's going on for the rest of 2014 for the Invaders?
We have a new CD that's going to be out shortly. Finally, it's been almost 2 years in the making. We got a lot of old Invader friends on there, so there's a lot of guest stars.
Who are some of those guest stars?
Stale, our original, one of our old trumpet keyboard players, Pipe Wrench, Paul from Chicago is our old guitarist.
We had that producer come in.
Chrissy from the Whiskey Bells, some vocals from her on there.
Nice.
That's a lot of people. It's produced by Rob Hingley from the Toasters,
Oh,
who
gee.
came to Milwaukee and produced it.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah,
super
that was
nice guy.
fun. He stayed
Super
at our
nice
house
guy.
for a week. and-
Came out to the bar
Really
afterwards
works.
and hung out with us and everything. He was super nice.
He must have had some great stories. I mean, that must have just felt like kind of a, a real
lot of-
thumbprint of ska on
Yeah.
there.
You can
it
hear his
was
voice on
fun.
the song we just heard. Actually, he's the guy who plays the supervillain, the vocal thing.
That's Bucket's
Yeah,
little
that's Bucket's-
cameo. Yeah.
That's his cameo. Yeah. So,
That's got to be
I
exciting.
expect you to die.
yeah, that was a fun time recording that. Yeah.
Well, you talk about influences as well. You mentioned the English beat. I mean, you guys have opened for the English beat, and that's got to be a thrill. And I know you sang with Dave Wakeling, and
We've been
that's
fortunate to open for just about every one of my
Fishbone.
idol bands and
Fun.
hang out with them. And
Yeah, that was great. Giant purple saxophone the guy from Fishbone played was just elegant.
So is
Yes.
music a full-time job for any of you?
no.
No.
No,
What are your-
I'm a banker by day.
Okay.
International banking. That's what I
And
do.
I
Casey?
collect mortgages, so
more finance?
watch out. yeah.
Max?
I just retired, so I could be, I guess.
Where did you retire from?
Firefighting.
Wow. Finance and
26 years,
firefighting.
so.
But what a creative outlet then to really, I mean, what is a happier sound than ska music?
That's why I loved it.
Really?
It still had that edgy punk feel, and you could dance to it.
Yeah, high energy is the name of our game when we do our shows and
Yeah.
everything like that.
And
Absolutely.
that's why, I mean, what are your audiences like? I mean, the first time I saw you guys, it was
It
like
varies.
kids jumping
I mean,
around.
we get younger kids and we get older people as well, like maybe in their 50s, even in their 60s. I've seen people, and they're not afraid of dancing either. Everybody who comes to our shows is always on the floor. It's great.
And you know what's interesting too, I think about our show is there's so many guys that come just by themselves and they're out dancing and having a great time, not worrying about how they look while they're dancing. They're just enjoying themselves. It's so fun.
Excellent.
Great
So
crowd.
where should let us know your website so we can look for you live.
We don't have our own website, but you can find us on Reverb Nation / The Invaders, or on Facebook, Invader Ska, and you can hear our music on links to Reverb Nation from there, and you can contact us through there. So everything's on there,
All right. May the ska be with you. Thanks for joining us
and
today.
also with you.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have. All the bands you've seen today are local, so keep a lookout for upcoming music and shows. Thank you so much for watching MK Expressions. I'm Sandy Max. Good night.
My coat falls down to the floor as I drag my body through the door. I busted my bank, I can't get ahead. I'm so tired, I can't get out of bed. Tell me, why does it seem this race has no end? They won't give up for me.